Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me is my co-pilot Jalen Wilson. Hope you all have been enjoying your week so far. I don't know where Jalen went. He was just there. I looked up and he was gone like Superman. But I know, he currently go live. For anybody who doesn't know, when he does go live, he does it from work just because his internet at work is much better than where he lives at. Lives in a really rural area. They don't provide the best internet, but the internet is about to get now. He's about to be able to go live from home. So I'm just going to be talking and stretching. And stretching is a TV term for just being able to talk until my co-host gets back. But yeah, this is College Football Showdown. Our apologies. We weren't live last week. 100% my fault. Hope you guys, like I said earlier, are doing well today. We got 3 games we're going to cover today. I think these are 3 magnificent games. I think we got a really sneaky good game in Durham this upcoming week between the, Illinois fighting Illini. They're going to travel to Durham to play the Duke Blue Devils. That's a game that I think that is important for both of these teams because both of these teams have fringe playoff hopes, right? I think we all agree with that. Then we also have a really good game in Ames, Iowa, the CyHawk series. It's kind of one of those things. I believe Iowa State had a bye a week ago, or open week, as they like to say at the collegiate level. They had an open week, and then, so they got to play in week 0, open week 1, and got to see Iowa play, got to see the things that they do. I believe that Tim Lester and company ran a very vanilla offense, to be honest with you. But, it is what it is. I think both of these teams should put on a good showing. So we're going to talk about that game in a great detail. Then we're going to talk about the creme de la creme, the game that is getting a lot of attention this year, that's getting all of the mentions this week at least, is, Sharon's Moore return to Michigan. So super excited to talk about what we got going on today. Not sure where Jalen is. Let me check my phone real quick. Didn't say anything, so that's strange. So let me go solo to me, at least while we wait. And then let me take this overlay off, and then when Jalen get back, we'll talk about it. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of some of the things that I talked about earlier on my show while we wait for Jalen to get back. Jalen, while I'm talking, just interrupt me at any given time. Some of the things I talked about on my show today, we went over the top 25 that, AP poll. Like that for the most part. I did think that Florida State was moved up a little bit too much. And guess who's back? Back again. All right, welcome back, brother. So I was doing what they call in TV term stretching. So I gave my introduction to everything we're going to be talking about today. So let's get to it. It's been 60 years since Illinois and Duke shared a field. This series is tied at 1 game apiece, but now they meet in Durham in a matchup that feels bigger than just week 2. I will caution everybody not to laugh, but I think both of these teams have fringe playoff aspirations. Early for sure, but this game will set the tone for who's real and who's just hanging around. So, Jalen, what's your overall feeling? Talk to me before you talk to me as an analyst. Talk to me as a fan of the Fighting Illini. How are you feeling about this game heading into this week?
A little nervous, I don't like our DBs. It's Western Illinois. We look like we played well, but it was still it's still some concerns I have with our
Right.
corners, specifically. Safeties, I think are fine. Corners is a problem. I worry about how good our wide receivers are going to be, at least early on. Like Hudson Clement, he had a catch where he just didn't make it, and somebody posted a video. Was like, "Oh man, he made this appear out of thin air." I'm like, "Is this a joke or not?" I'm like, "He clearly could have made that catch." I'm like, yeah. So I'm a little skeptical on it. Run game, I think is good. I think Khalil Valentine should be the second running back. Caden Fagan should either be third running back or he should move positions.
Okay. Third or move positions. Wow. Why do you feel that way?
His vision just isn't good enough. His vision isn't good enough, and I don't think he's quick enough.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, I look at him like, we good, but the concerns that people had in the offseason are showing, at least the concerns that fans had in the offseason. Lots of people, I feel like, was drinking the Illinois juice and was like, oh, yeah, this team for turning this, that, and the third. most importantly, they're returning their best player in Luke Altmaier, or the most important player in Luke Altmaier. They're returning the offensive line, like they should be good. But I always kind of had a concern for wide receiver because it's like we lost our best productive wide receiver in Pat Bryant. Zakar Franklin was a very, very impressive. He was a very impressive transfer. So it was like, okay, we got Hank Beatty who made some strides last year, but it's like I'm not comfortable with it. Like we ain't got nobody on the outside I'm really comfortable with. Hank Beatty can work, dudes working the slot, but no real outside threat that I'm like, okay, he's gonna be 700, 800 yards this season. Yeah, and corners is a concern. So I'm a little worried now. Elon keeping up with Duke kind of made me. I'm like, maybe we can handle them. Maybe we can handle them comfortably. So I'm a little skeptical on this game.
Yeah, this is one of those games where it's like, wow, these are two programs I've hyped up a lot in the off season. I really love the job that Manny Diaz has done during this time there. And I think you did a great job summing up everything that, Illinois does and the things that you were concerned with. I think I have a question for you to, before we both talk a little bit more about Duke. Why is Luke Altmaier so disrespected? I don't get it.
I mean, he doesn't have like the crazy stats. He also won't have like the craziest throws. Like,
he had some moments last year. Like because they weren't against top tier teams, people ignore it. People ignore what he did down the stretch versus Purdue. People ignore what he did in Lincoln last year against Nebraska.
Do people did you remember that Rutgers game where he threw the game with a touchdown?
Huh?
Where he threw the game with a touchdown against Rutgers.
Yeah. Like he's
on a fourth down, like a 4th and 16. By the way,
bro, he's clutch. Like I don't know why he's so. I like Luke Altmaier, bro. I like Luke Altmaier a lot, bro. I just don't understand why it feels like mainstream media don't talk about him as much as I feel like he deserves to be talked about.
Yeah, like I don't know, because his stats just don't jump off this.
Yeah, he's not gonna wire you with a lot, but that the system isn't designed for that. The system is designed for them to win ball games. It's not designed to put up crazy numbers. It's just
he also isn't like brash in the press conferences or anything.
No, he isn't.
He isn't gonna go out here and do what Thomas Castellanos did.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like I feel like it's mostly that, and I mean him being at Illinois also has something to do with it's not the biggest media coverage. It took us a while last year to get ranked. But I think that's the reason why, honestly. Other than that, like he's a 5th-year senior maybe, and he doesn't get lots of draft hype, so that could also be the reason why.
Yeah, I agree with you. So let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the Duke Blue Devils. I'm with you. I didn't like the first half struggles against Elon. But then I thought to myself, like, well, were they rolling, a really vanilla system, just because they knew Big Bag Illinois was coming in the second week. But I do like their offensive coordinator and Jonathan Brewer. He keeps things system, but it's dangerous. It starts with tempo. They want to go extremely fast. I'm talking about really fast. They want to force defenses to stay vanilla, and then they like RPOs. We know that they got Darian Mensah in the offseason. How do you think he played last week versus Elon?
I think he played good. What he missed, I think it was like turning 27 for 34.
Yeah. His numbers were impressive. Yeah. Is this somebody that scares you?
Yes. But he's somebody I think we could contain. But I feel a lot more comfortable if this is like a week 4 matchup rather than a week 2.
I see what you're saying. Well, you guys start to tie up some of the loose ends before. Yeah, but I think Nick Saban said it best. He said you have the greatest growth between week 1 and week 2. Like you're playing against yourself all fall cap, spring cap. Of course, you got summer workouts and winter workouts mixed in between both of those. But he says you learn the most about your team. Your team grows the most during that time period.
The wide receiver scares me too. He had like 100 yards last game. Cooper.
I know who you talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Is it like
Barcade?
Barcade, yeah. Yeah, Cooper Barcade, yeah. He kind of scares me because we don't have no solidified number 1 cornerback that we can be like, yeah, let's put him on him. And it's kind of let everybody else do their work. But, yeah, he kind of scares me, though.
So, from a schematic perspective, which matchup do you like most? Do you like your defense? By the
Our
way,
our, our
Gabe's
offensive line
Yakas.
versus their defense.
That's the matchup you
Yeah,
like most. Yeah,
I feel
that
like we're
dude
gonna try to run the ball. We're gonna
Gabe
try to
is real
establish that.
deal. By the way,
Gabe Yakas.
yeah, Yakas, he's a
Yeah.
real deal. He's so good. We had 2 sacks a week ago.
And I think
Yeah.
one was a strip fumble.
He's,
Uh,
he's 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 so daggone good. But you think that's the biggest advantage you guys have? The maulers you all have up front on the offensive line versus their defensive line.
I don't know about advantage, but schematically, I feel like that's what we're gonna try to come out and do early on.
Okay.
We're gonna try to establish the run and run the ball well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust our wide receivers enough to just come out and start slinging the ball. Now maybe we do, but I'm not too sure.
So give me some keys to victory for Illinois in order to win this game.
Well, we need some wide receivers to step up.
I think Hudson Clement will step up. What do you have? Like 4 targets, 5 targets, one
Yeah,
catch on those targets. They will work on that. You get game film. You have those communication pieces. Hey, Clement, here I expected you to adjust to the coverage, run this route at 7 yards depth. Instead, you cut it short here. That's why you were missed here. Like those conversations are able to have in week 1, and they'll get on the same page. He'll be your guys' number 1 wide receiver. I guarantee you that.
I want to see Malik Elsie make an impact. He's a possession receiver. He isn't going to be a person that gets like crazy separation or anything.
Right.
Hank Biddy, he's always good. Then you got like Colin Dixon, who I want to see more of. I feel like he played good last year. I think this is sophomore season, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe this is his junior season, but he's always played well to me. He's always the guy that shows potential. He just never really got the full opportunity. Corner's gonna have to cover. I mean, Mensa had 389 yards last week. Now it's Elon, so
for sure.
Yeah, but
he lit it up in the second half too.
Our corners aren't that great. They're honestly one of my biggest worries. Like Caleb Patterson's okay, Torrey Cox is okay. I think Jaheim Clark is still dealing with that hamstring injury. There's been no update on him because he didn't play last game. Right. Like our corners are gonna have to cover. They're gonna have to cover well. And then finally, I'm just saying Luke Altmaier is gonna have to be.
You gonna have to be special.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have to be special. Like not even 4 touchdowns special, 2 touchdowns and really efficient. Like
I think you have to make some plays with his legs too.
Yeah,
which is underrated.
They don't. I promise you, Barry Looney and Brad Beamer. Like I don't know if they don't like it sometimes, but he doesn't. Like they don't do lots of read options. Like I remember at the Purdue game. Well, I was at the Purdue game last year.
That's right. I remember you called me after the game out of breath, bro, because you couldn't believe everything you had just said, bro.
Bro, we left the game when we was up 10 and like 4 minutes left. We returned. We get to the car to go to go to Chili's, and we down 1.
Did that go back?
No, we was already at the car. Like I finished watching the game at overtime at Chili's. Like,
all right, Chili's got some good food too, bro.
Yeah, but no, like I remember during that game, it was during third quarter. Like I was telling the people sitting next to us, I was like, man, Barry Looney got to trust Luke to pull the ball and run more with him. I'm like, we haven't run with him all game, and then he broke like two big runs after that. I was like, and dude like this, he's like, yeah, you said it. I was like, yeah, like we haven't run with him all game. Like they not gonna respect him because
right. You can't hand the ball off. The DN's gonna crash every time. At some point, he has to pull it.
Yeah, yes, I would love to see him run more. Although I kind of get the risk of him not running more, but
you guys' season is dependent on him being healthy.
Yeah,
100%. I get it. Like, and I get why, from a coach's perspective, like, we don't want to get you hurt. Like, if it's late in the game and you need to go make a play, go make it, but still be smart and go on and go make that play. So
yeah,
I do get it from that perspective. So, how you feeling about this game? I looked at the lines. I believe you guys were like a 2.5 point favorite, if I'm not mistaken. You pull my notes back up. Yeah, the line. So Illinois is favored by 2.5 points with the over under set at 49.5.
We should be a 7.5 favorite.
You think you guys should be in a 7.5? Okay, all righty.
Yeah. Although Duke was scaring me, like a key to victory for Duke, and I feel like it's the biggest one to get out to a good start in the first half,
Yeah, they
because
got to
that's what
start
didn't
fast.
happen against Elon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they was up against Elon, but Elon was kind of, looked like they was gonna give him a game early on.
Yeah, they did. The second half, it was just, I mean, Darian Manson put on a show. Let me ask you this: how you feel about you guys as defensive coordinator, Aaron Henry?
I've never really been too big a fan.
That,
First year,
that's the overwhelming thought I get from Notre Dame. I think what you got, I'm sorry, from Illinois. What you guys were like 96 defensively his
yeah,
first year there,
yeah,
and
we
that's
were
after
terrible his
having
first
you guys
year.
had Ryan Walters before
Yeah,
him, right?
remember Ryan Walters? We had like a top
Mhm.
10 defense his
Right,
last
right,
year.
right.
We
I
had
think y'all was like number one. Y'all were number one in something. I forgot. Like Ryan Walters. That's what helped him get the
yeah.
job. You guys
Now,
were like number one in like I don't know if it was total defense or it was a statistic. You guys were number one in for the I
yeah.
think it was 2022. You guys were number
To,
one in it.
to be fair though, during Ryan Walters last year, we had Devon with the spoon. We had
Right.
Sidney Brown.
You guys had some dogs in the
Yeah,
defense
we
side
we
of the
had
ball.
we had Quan Martin. Like, we had 3 DBs that went to the NFL. We had Johnny Newton
Right.
on the defense line. We had Keith
Yeah,
Randolph.
I forgot about Johnny Newton. Where's he
Yeah,
at now in the NFL? He's still in the NFL,
Commanders.
right? Okay, how's he doing? He's doing okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just at the game. Actually, him and then the 05 basketball team was at the game. We had Luther Head, D
05
Brown, and Jim
basketball
River.
team.
Yeah.
That's Darren Williams, D Brown, and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Ron Walters he had like a boatload of talent, like 3 NFL DBs.
And it got him the Purdue job.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like including one of those DBs went top 5 if I'm not mistaken. I think Devon Witherspoon went number 5.
He went early. Yeah, he did.
Martin, I think, went first round. Maybe he went second round. And so did Sidney Brown. He went second round. And Johnny Newton ended up going second round in the second year. Yep. Keith Randolph went like the 6th round, the 7th round to the Bears. So we had talent on that defensive line and that whole defense in general. The next year wasn't as great. We kind of relied on improvement from our recruits to kind of be better, and it didn't really work out. Now
how you doing? How you guys doing with recruiting from the greater metro? I mean, the greater Chicago
we're doing
area.
really good now.
We're
doing really good now.
Okay. Because you guys got a lot of talent there. It's just a lot of times they don't stay.
Yeah. We're doing really good, but of course, the Notre Dames, the Miamis, all of them schools still won't get what they got. But yeah, we got Nazir Rankin. He's a number 1. He's like a top 5 player in the state of Illinois. Yeah, I watched him play a couple times, like on my phone and everything. So he's pretty good. And then we got JC Anderson. Well, we didn't get him. He's going to Ole Miss, but I actually seen him play in person a couple times because he's just like 5 miles away from me.
Dang. So you said you seen him play a few times. Is he legit?
He's good, but I feel like he's more a pass catcher than a blocking tight end. But he has something you can't teach. He's like 6'7", like 210, 215. Okay. So he has that going for him.
He's a vertical threat.
Yeah, but Aaron Henry first year was not great. Last year, it was up and down. Xavier Scott improved. Oh goodness, the other Scott improved. Tyler Scott, if I'm not mistaken, improved. They both improved. Then you had the Torrey Cox kind of came along as the season went along. Defensive line was still good. Oh, we had Gabe Yakis also that year with Ryan Walters. He's a true freshman though.
Word? I didn't know that you guys had Gabe.
Yeah, and he actually made an impact because he was actually solid.
Dang. So he could have went to the league last year.
Yeah.
Why didn't he?
I don't know. I mean, maybe because the stock wasn't high enough, but yeah, Aaron Henry, as the season went along last year, it got better because you had the Kansas game where they was able to kind of move the ball against them, but Jalen Daniels had 2 key turnovers that kind of helped, look like our defense was really that good, but it was. Then you had the Rutgers game. Rutgers just moved the ball on us. Purdue moved the ball on us.
Wow.
Purdue scored 49 points, 48 points. Rutgers, I think, scored like 30 or 24 or something like that.
That was a daggone good game.
Yeah, it was just a couple games. Like even Nebraska was moving the ball on us at one point.
They were
during the fourth quarter. We locked that up.
You guys did, and then Luke Altmaier put his cape on. And continue to make plays.
So the defense, Aaron Henry, he's good. I just don't think he's a guy.
Okay.
Like, I
think that's I actually intentionally because I think that's the overwhelming thought. Because whenever I prepare for Governor College Football shows and this show, I do extensive researches, on the coordinators, I know a lot about Barry Lundy Jr. I didn't know so much about Aaron Henry, and I didn't know he was so, I don't want to say disliked, but you guys aren't his biggest fan.
Yeah, like you from what because I'm in 3 Illinois group chats. From what
Uh-huh.
I get, most people are like, "Hey, he does good, fine, we won't criticize him. He does bad, it's kind of like okay." But they
Right.
try to find the good in his bad.
Okay.
Um,
That's dope.
yeah. I just don't think he's the guy. Honestly, I want Jim Leonard to like be like, hey, I'm open to coming
Mhm.
back in college and
Right.
be like, hey, I used to coach you. Come on. Because Aaron Henry's also one of his former players. Honestly, I thought Jim Leonard was gonna get the job because he was there Ryan Walters last year as like an assistant.
I didn't know that. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So he was already gone from Wisconsin by that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm a big Jim Leonard fan because he played with my Buffalo Bills. So we already said the line over under. Who you got and why?
I'm gonna take Illinois,
Mhm.
somewhat because I'm a fan, somewhat
Mhm.
because I think throughout the whole scheme of the fourth quarter, we are just gonna be the better team throughout those 4 quarters.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of quarterbacks I trust more in close games than Luke Altmaier. I probably couldn't name five. I would
Lenore
struggle
Sellers,
to name five. Clutch moments, money on the line, clutch moments. Even though
Lenore
Lenore
Sellers,
Sellers
and
did have a pretty nice clutch moment, but the game was in hand this past week. Clutch moments, no, I'm not taking Lenore Sellers. I'd be hard pressed to find quarterbacks as clutch because I just named you 3 games last year. Well, his play truly impacted the outcome of a game.
what about
3 of
Garrett
them.
Nussmeier?
No, I haven't seen it enough. I seen it this past weekend, but I didn't see it versus USC a season ago. I'm trying to think of another opportunity
Texas
I had.
A&M.
Texas A&M, yeah, no. So I wouldn't. Even though I like him more than I like Luke Altmaier, of course, but in a clutch moment, no, there's not too many quarterbacks I'll take over him in a clutch moment. Cade let me down. Cade will be one of the ones that I say, okay, because I've seen Cade do it in clutch moments. I see him do it versus SMU. I seen him do it versus Pitt. If I can think of moments where I seen you have clutch moments, then yes, I will put you up there. But Luke Altmaier had 3 of them last year. Can we name a quarterback that had more than he did last year? I don't think we can. Like he had 3 signature moments where he impacted the game. I don't think we can name another quarterback that had 3 of them a season ago.
I don't think
And
so.
there may be a Big 12 quarterback out there now. There may be
Yeah,
like a
maybe.
Josh Hoover out there or a Sawyer Robinson out there, because the Big 12, a lot of their games come down to the wire. So
Mm-hmm.
it may be
Iowa
one of
State,
them. Yeah,
Iowa
I
State
would
had like
say
a lot of
Rocco.
close games last year.
So Rocco Beck is probably the guy that we will both say, alrighty. I got Illinois in this game. I think Illinois is going to come out there and make a statement. I truly do. Uh, I got you guys comfortably, probably by about 8 or 9 points. I got you guys winning that game. So let's talk about this second game, this CyHawk game. I think you and I both think this is going to be a really good game. Rich history with this game. These are, two true Iowa schools. Iowa's in Iowa City, and the Cyclones are
I,
in Ames. This game is in
I
Ames.
always thought this was a week 3 game. Is it always week 2?
This is the earliest they ever played. That was
Okay.
one of the tidbits I found out. Let me tell you how true to hour these schools are. So you know that the players, has been capped. You used to have 105 players. I think you travel with 85. You used to have
Mm-hmm.
120. You travel with like 85. Now you have 105 scholarships, and I think you still travel with 85. You know how many Iowa players both of these teams currently have on their team? This is when you're winning the recruiting battle in your
Well,
area.
Iowa, you saw wait Iowa? Like how
Both of
many
the
Iowa?
yeah, Iowa
Both.
and
Okay.
Iowa State. Yes, they
Especially
recruit.
because I know Iowa is a team that likes to recruit Midwest, especially
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
like to go
yeah.
to Illinois, get Illinois
Mhm.
players. They like to go to Iowa and
Their
get Iowa
pipeline.
players.
You know how some people's pipeline is. You look at Oregon's pipeline. It's
Yeah.
it's spots everywhere. Iowa and Iowa State's pipeline, home first, and then a little bit abroad. But they stay in the Midwest. They don't leave outside of their
Mm-hmm.
Midwest bubble a lot. Iowa
Um,
has 45, I think, players on their team that are Iowans, and then I think Iowa State has 44. That's tremendous to me because
I
a
would
lot
have
of
guessed in
these
the 50s
schools
for
who
Iowa.
are like struggling, right? They,
Mm-hmm.
they fail to recruit in their area. That was your issue with Lovie Smith. Like, yo, you're in the hotbed for recruits and you can't recruit in your area, right? But these two schools, I think, do a great job at doing that. They recruit really well in this area. I'm struggling with this game, brother, because I agree with D now. I wasn't comfortable with what I seen out of Iowa last week. It's
Yeah,
only week
quarterback
one.
still
I
look.
don't I don't want to overreact. I don't.
Hey, the running backs look real good.
Yes, they did, and I always get to the point. It's week one. You didn't play a top tier team. Can we run a vanilla offense because we know who we facing next week?
But we've seen Iowa quarterbacks just
We
flat out
have.
not play
I
good.
think Gronowski is going to be good in Tim Lester's system. I do believe that. So, talk to me about these teams. What's your overall feeling? Iowa State didn't play last week, right? They were on
Yeah, you always get a
they were
bye
on
week
an
after week
open week.
0 usually.
So they were on an open week. Impressive to me, very impressive because they didn't play the perfect game, week 0, but they still were able to come out with a victory. How are we feeling about Iowa State heading into this game? Is it two directions? Like we want more from Iowa, but Kirk Ferentz does have the opportunity to become Big Ten's all-time winningest coach, passing Woody Hayes. That dude does. He's another guy. There's just certain people in Big Ten because they're not a part of the who's who in the conference that doesn't get the respect that they deserve. I think
No, Iowa State played
Ferentz,
last week. They played South Dakota.
okay, they played South Dakota.
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't even see that. What was the score of that game?
55-7.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Wow, that team is impressive. I really like Rocco back. I like their running back. What's his name? Carson Hansen, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like a lot of with this
He didn't get
team.
many carries last game.
So how you feeling about Iowa State heading into this game?
I feel good. Also, by the way, before I get to any Iowa State, they should never play that game on that rugby field again. That field sucked. I was like, bro, where are the yard lines at in this dang thing?
Right.
Which I don't know if you watched it like really, but
what the
Iowa State Kansas State game?
Yeah, I watched.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I didn't see no like 10-yard line, 15-yard lines on there. It got real annoying. I was like, this.
Yeah, I see what you said. I also did eat slutty vegan that day, and I fell asleep on a little bit of the game, but I watched most of it. Slutty vegan is coded though.
Yeah, I mean, I like Iowa State. Even though I chose Kansas State to win. I like Iowa State offense a lot more than Iowa's. Like we haven't seen Iowa's offense against a good team this year, or at least against a formidable opponent. We've seen that against Iowa State, and Iowa State's offense was. I feel like it was good at times. At times it was week 0. I feel like they were trying to figure out the kinks and everything in it. But I like the Iowa State team. I feel like they played good on defense.
They're really good defensively.
Did they held Kansas State to 21 points, right?
Yep, it was 24-21. That is accurate.
Yeah. Now Avery Johnson, I feel like played solid that game. Also the condition that game wasn't the best, right? Wasn't it rainy and everything? It was kind of
it was, but it typically is every year in Aviva Stadium. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because it was last year against Notre Dame. Not on the FSU and I think it was
FSU and Georgia Tech. Yep, and then Notre Dame maybe the year before. Yep.
Yeah, the Iowa State team. I feel I like it. I ain't gonna say a lot more than Iowa, but I like their team more than Iowa just because they have more explosibility. Don't know if that's a word, but
we know what you mean, brother.
They have more explosiveness than Iowa, or they have the ability to have more explosiveness than Iowa, which is always good. Although Iowa, they're always this team where it's like they play in such a way where they're just going to give you a game, depending on what athletes would depend on what athletes the other team has. And Iowa State, good athletes, but the teams that overpower Iowa is usually like Ohio State, those athletes of the world, not Iowa State athlete of the world. So yeah, this game is really interesting to me. I think it's gonna be a real good chess match.
To me, it always seems as one of those who can be the most Iowa type games. Like who can be most Iowa in this? Who can be the most gritty? Who can win the ugliest way? And as we see in a recent memory, like that's what these type of games have been. Taylor Moser, I don't think, or Mauser, however you say his last name, I don't think he gets enough credit for his ability to adapt in game. I don't think there's going to be a high scoring game. I don't think anybody thinks it's going to be a high scoring game.
Was that a high scoring game last year?
One of these games was like 13-10, brother. I don't remember which one it was.
I feel like recently it was a high scoring
Yeah.
game. Maybe it wasn't last year. Maybe it was the year before. I feel like they both was in the 30s, right? Like a couple years
Was it?
ago.
Was it?
Maybe I'm wrong.
It might have been.
I don't know.
Let me look on Wikipedia and find out.
Like, yeah, this matchup is gonna be interesting. This is always one of those.
No.
This is always.
Oh yeah, you're right. In 2017, it was 44-41. I don't think we get that. Last year, 2019, Iowa State wins 20-13. In 2023, State wins 7-10.
Goodness.
State wins, yeah, 27-17. So yeah, that's explosive for both of these teams. I mean, one year is 18-17, brother. Like
it's a weird score. That's like
how
a
do
ball.
how do you even do that? Like, how do you score? I'm trying to figure out how you score legitimately. How you score 18?
I mean, 18. What you did?
Was that 6 field goals? Who's going to win the most Iowan game, bro? We're gonna beat y'all with all 6 field goals, bro. That's crazy.
I see. I was thinking more like, they score one for 2, scored again, then get to 2,
right?
Or maybe they scored, got to 2, got 15, then kicked the field goal, got 18.
18, yeah.
Which is weird enough because who goes for 2 twice unless you need to?
Let's say Wilford Tool got a safety, bro. But yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild. But this is such a Iowan game. I'm not gonna lie. If there's a coordinator in this game I trust most, is Phil Parker. Of course, I think you and I have both, shown our affection for, Phil Parker over the years. I think the thing that's most impressive about Phil Parker is his ability to send players to the next level, recalibrate, reevaluate, and they still look like the same defense year in and year out. I think this game is going to really.
We need to have a discussion about that at the end of the show. Not about players getting sent to the next level and maybe not being prepared for it.
Right. Okay. I like that. I think that's it. I think
because I seen some discussions about Tennessee.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
I think Tennessee fans are sick of me talking about Tennessee. But I had to hold this L. But like, who do you like to win this game? Let me look at the lines while I figure that out.
I'm gonna take Iowa State. I mean, explosibility.
Iowa State is favored by 3 points, and I figured heading into this game, we'll be seeing out of Iowa this past.
Should be favored by 1 point. You never know with this matchup, I guess.
Right. You can do 18-17. That's it. You pretty special, bro. You got a candy like what how you do back in the day. You used to predict the scores of games. Like whoever says, "Oh yeah, you're gonna win 18-17." Like no one ever says that.
Yeah, no one ever puts 18 points on a paper when it comes to putting for football. Like 17, yeah, because you might be like 31-17, 24-17.
Right.
Nobody puts. Nobody be like, they gonna somehow kick 6 field goals.
They gonna kick 6 field goals. It's gonna be an Iowan game, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Iowa State. Iowa State.
I'm still here, right?
Yes, you're still here.
Yeah. I knocked something down. You guys can still hear me. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Iowa State, y'all. I think KT is probably gonna take Iowa State too. Although I don't want to speak for him. Maybe he already said he's gonna take Iowa State.
It's one of those really tough games for me, man. To be honest with you, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's a tough game, and the reason it's a tough game for me is because I believe in Kirk Ferentz. I believe, and Tim Lester. I believe in Mark Gronowski. I believe in what they're trying to do. If this game was in Iowa City, I would take Iowa, but because this game is in Ames, I'm going to take. Not sure why my camera isn't working. Because the game is in Ames, I will take Iowa State.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Iowa State.
Hold it down. I'm gonna back up.
Okay. So next up, we're gonna be moving to Oklahoma versus Michigan. I feel like it's going to be one of the best quarterback matchups in college football. I mean, you got John Mateer versus Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood is, viewed as a generational talent. John Mateer is a guy I know that KT's high on. A guy that I've told people, he could sneak up on some draft boards. So Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a much anticipated matchup. I feel like it's going to be one of the best quarterback matchups or quarterback duels we get this season. But it's not one of the most talked about national media wise, which is funny because this is a two big brand matchup.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm actually I'm actually kind of disappointed. I'm actually miss this game. So
hold on. You're breaking a rule, buddy. You
what's
are
the
breaking
rule?
a huge rule, bro.
What's
I
the
just
rule?
thought about this. I sat here in the green room and had a conversation with you. No fall weddings, brother. Real friends don't invite friends to fall weddings. Are you going to a fall wedding this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Hold on. So they robbed you of your college football Saturday a week ago, right? You did get to see some games, but
Yeah.
you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this weekend you're at a wedding.
Yep.
And what time does that wedding start?
2:00.
What time is that wedding in?
Probably around like 3-ish. But you got the reception.
They got the reception. You don't know. I just thought that was a color folk thing. I know everybody get jiggy with the receptions, brother. I just because what. You know, in our community, we celebrate everything. You die, we celebrate.
Well, I
You
just
live, we
celebrated Labor Day.
celebrate.
My mom was like, "What? Why would we even celebrate Labor Day?"
Hey, black people be looking for a reason to party, bro. Hey, yo, that's crazy, yo. All right, so they are having a reception. So you probably out of there at best around 7:00.
Depending on what happened. So
Okay, so
if I'm trying to holler at somebody and they go, "Well, I'm trying to."
okay, well, I know you're a smooth operator, and I know you try to make it happen. You was telling me about the fit, but you're a good friend, brother. If somebody invite me to a wedding right now today on a Saturday, I won't talk to him to the end of the college football season. Don't even ask me, bro. Don't even invite me to one because I'm not going. But you're a real friend for going. I know the friend's wedding that you're going to.
It's week
She,
two.
she's
Ain't that many
solid.
high power matchups? You can miss it. You can always watch the highlights. You can always just rewatch the game.
Dude, I don't care if it was a bunch of FCS games and it was Circuit City University versus H. Gregg, bro. I'm not going to a wedding in the fall, bro. You know how many times?
Rewatch the game.
You know, me and my ex was engaged, bro. Yeah. You know how many times she's like, well, it'd be nice to get married in the autumn. No, it wouldn't be. And that's probably why she's my ex now. You know what I'm saying? So this is a marquee matchup.
I'm also going to miss Sunday. We're going out Sunday, so we ain't watching NFL.
Yeah. Have fun. They should have had that. They should have had their wedding on a Sunday, bro.
I'm not trying to have no wedding on Sunday. You got the reception. You got to go work on Monday. I try to do that.
I ain't trying to miss my NFL Sunday. So we do got a marquee matchup. What time is this Oklahoma and Michigan game?
I don't know.
Down in Norman. Let me check that out. I feel like this should be a night game.
So when I'm on the road, I'll be watching the game.
Okay.
Whenever I'm waiting for the wedding to start, I'm have the game playing on silent.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the middle the middle of the vows, I'm like, yes, touchdown Illinois. Just interrupt the whole thing.
They play at. Is it 7:30 p.m.? Okay, so it's a night game. So you'll catch this one.
Yeah, I can see the end of it, or second half at least.
So, what are your introductory thoughts about this game? I know for me, introductory thoughts. I know the first thing that I think about is this was a game that Sharon Moore decided that it was important to be at. The reason he decided it was important to be at because he used to play there. He was an offensive lineman there in Norman, and it's like a homecoming. I start to get worried when I hear things like that. Like, well, most coaches they do their suspension or do their time first 2 games, just get it out the way. That way, if we start off on 2 or 1-1, we got the rest of these 10 games to get ready. But the fact that he decided to take it week 3 and week 4, granted, one of those teams he is playing is CMU, but the other one is Nebraska. It's a really good team. So that's why I was a little bit worried about it heading into it. But I was impressed with what I seen out of Michigan a week ago. I got to say that. What are some of your introductory thoughts about this game?
Really, it was first matchup for Bryce Underwood that you're gonna really get to see. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't want to say how good he is, but how prepared he is to go against high level competition this early in his career.
Okay.
Because I mean he's true freshman. He got paid like $12 million. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I started laughing because of Kawhi Leonard situation, bro.
which is
Yeah,
which is so stupid. Whenever I saw the details, bro, the paper trail was so dumb.
my man got a tree company
Because
giving him
everything's out in
money,
the
bro.
open because the company that he was working with went bankrupt. So that's why
Ah,
so that's how everything got spilled out in the open. Um,
man.
but yeah, it was that. He had a good first game. I was impressed. John Mateer played well. Yeah, I mean, my introductory thought when I saw this was, oh, quarterback duel. One of the best quarterback duels in the country. This is going to be lots of casuals. Introduction really to Bryce Underwood. Some people might
I
know
think it would be.
some people like they might not know his name, but if you tell if you tell like the casual fan, the fan like my dad, like he don't really keep up with recruiting. He might
Mhm,
hear about the news.
mhm,
Like he knew who Bryce Underwood was. Like he called me last week. He's like, "Hey, what that Michigan quarterback take?
mhm,
How much money did he get?" I was like 12 mil. He's like,
mhm,
"Okay." I thought it was, but he didn't know. But I'm like, he don't know how hyped up Bryce Underwood really is.
mhm.
Some fans really don't, or some people that like kind of watch it, kind of watch the key games really don't. So this is gonna be the big introduction to his to how good he
I
can
gotta
be.
I gotta give you a lot of credit, Jalen, because you're one of the people, in my opinion, in my estimation, that truly watch a lot of high school football. Because there's a lot of people who are like into recruiting. I'm not that recruiting guy.
Yeah.
I would do some research when it's time to do research, but these players flip so much before the season starts. I don't care.
Oh
You
yeah,
know
I
what I'm
don't take
saying?
a commitment.
Yeah,
Whenever you commit your junior year, I
yeah.
don't take
But
that
I know you
serious.
do watch a lot of high school ball. I think you and probably Andy Fam are the people I know who watch high school ball the most. And I mean, since I've known you, and I've known you for 5 years now, you're always watching a bunch of high school football games. So I'm sure
Yeah, and I like to
you're
go to high
really
school football games. They're
yeah.
always good to me. I don't know. I feel like, and that's kind of what I kind of grew up around. It was like
All
my
right.
dad Friday night. My dad be like, "Yeah, after this, shoot after school." He'd
Mhm.
be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the MacArthur game," and it's
Right.
like, "Shoot, okay." And now I get to see my cousin Ladarian play, and stuff like that. So same thing with high school basketball. Like it was kind of just a thing that me and my dad did when I was
Mhm.
younger, and I kind of just
You
gravitated to
just
it. Like,
kind of yeah.
yeah,
You
like
grew up
during high
with
school, it's still that same way. It was like, yeah, we going to the games every Friday and everything like that. Like middle school, like yeah.
so let me ask you this. So if the headline reads Michigan marches into Norman, leave with a victory, Bryce Underwood outduel Moneyline Mateer, what is your immediate thoughts about both of these teams if that is the headline?
My immediate thoughts is Michigan might be serious,
Yeah, 100%.
and Oklahoma. It would depend on like how you lose. If it's a blowout, it'd be like,
Mhm.
hmm, that boy, that coaching seat.
It was already on fire before the season started, but
Yeah,
now you know what I'm saying.
yeah. It'd be like if it's a blowout, then it's like, oh, Oklahoma really ain't probably as good as what they was hyped up to be, or as what. Well, I guess they weren't even ranked to, right?
I think by coaches, I think AP they were 18th in the AP poll. Just the coaches poll,
Okay,
they weren't in the top 25.
okay. Yeah. But it depends on how Oklahoma loses. But for Michigan, no matter how they win, I think it'll be viewed as they're a team to take serious. It
Mhm.
isn't like last year, and I think the headlines will read, they probably found a quarterback, and depending on how Bryce Underwood plays, if he has like go out and has a 320-yard game and 3
Whoa,
touchdowns,
that'd be different. That'll be
um,
different. That's when you'll have to start buying into the hype. I think.
yeah, that's when you see on first take Bryce Underwood, and it'd be like their first time hearing about Bryce Underwood on first take. It'd be Stephen A. Smith talking about this brother can ball, he can sling.
That's exactly what he'll
Um,
be saying.
yeah,
So let's talk a little bit about the players who matter in this game, and I'll start with Oklahoma. There's a guy that rushes the passer. By the way, Jalen, I don't know if I showed you this. I know some of the people who watch Governor of College Football seeing this, but this is the trophy that I won with the Oklahoma Sooners in my college football league that has about 27 or 28 users
Oh,
in
you
it.
won that league. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won it all with Oklahoma. I run it playing a
Remind me
physical
how much that
style.
trophy made to cost.
Um, I don't know. He said you either get 55 in cash or via Cash App, or you get a trophy. I like mementos. I like a trophy. So I don't know. It got some weight to it though. It's not, it probably looks cheap on there, but it does have some weight to it. So,
Hmm.
so yes, I'm looking to get another one this year. So there's a guy at Edge for them, R Mason Thomas, who I think is really impressive. And he had an opportunity to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think his NIL valuation is somewhere around 600,000 or 700,000. There were teams offering him $1 million plus to go play elsewhere, but he stayed loyal to the storyline and stayed there. So I think that speaks on his beliefs in what Oklahoma could do this year, and furthermore, the beliefs of Brent Venables and his ability to send players to the next level. Peyton Bowen is a guy that I predict is going to have a breakout season this year. I think it's just time for certain people. I remember coming in as freshmen. It's time for Peyton Bowen. I think of he's not in this game, but Arion Carter at Tennessee is another guy that I think of. Hey, it's time for you to come and make plays. But Peyton Bowen, I think, can have a really great year this year. I like this defense a lot. Like I said, I won a championship with him on College Football 26. We were stifling defensively and offensively. Deion Burks is real deal. And if Moneyline Mateer and Ben Arbuckle can do, let's say, 80% of what they did in Pullman, the SEC is in trouble. That's all I got to say about that. Anything else you want to add about Oklahoma before we move on and talk a little bit more about Michigan?
I don't think so. I'm
All right.
just interested to see how well these teams perform against.
Yeah, me too. It's a great it's one of those great eye tests. Like, all righty, yeah, you guys can beat Circuit City University by 60, but let play legit teams. Like, Michigan's going to be there defensively. How you feeling about Michigan heading into this matchup?
I like them. Now, they didn't blow out New Mexico. New Mexico
Right.
State or New Mexico.
I can't remember if it was New Mexico or New Mexico State, but
I don't know
what
why.
was it, like 34-17 or something?
Those are two teams I always get confused.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was New Mexico because I think New Mexico is the Lobos.
Yeah. I
With
think it was New
Wildcats,
Mexico as well.
New Mexico State is the Aggies.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel good about them, but I'm kind of like, I'm not 100%. Remember our big concern was like wideouts,
right?
Season. I mean, Marlon Klein, he stepped up last week. He had like 93 yards.
Why would the school with such rich tradition at wide receiver as of recent been struggling to get like high value guys in at wide receiver?
They have a rich tradition at wide receiver.
I think so.
I mean, I know you had like who Charles. Would you count Charles?
You had David Terrell.
Yeah.
You had
Desmond
Howard. You had Braylon Edwards.
Edwards.
I'm trying to think of some other guys that they had back in the day. Yeah, the school has had some dogs at wide receiver. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, you had those couple years where like, you had like Donovan Peoples-Jones and Ronnie Bell. Now none of them like crazy great, but still like solid receivers. Like even Roman Wilson was solid.
Right. Roman Wilson was indeed solid. Like I said, I'm just struggling to figure out what's going on. There's some other people I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, you mentioned Nico Collins and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Funches was nice too, but he's like a tight end / Steve Breston and Mario Manningham. They were really good too.
I forgot about Mario Manningham.
They were cold, bro. Who else am I? Oh yeah, I forgot about Mercury Hayes back in the 90s too.
Plexico came from Michigan State, didn't he?
Who?
Plexico.
Yeah, Plexico came from Michigan State.
Okay.
Jeremy Gallen was pretty nice. Amani Toomer is who I forgot about. David Terrell and then Braylon Edwards. Yeah, so yeah, they've had some dogs at wide receiver. I just can't figure out what's going on now, and it seems like it's been going on for a while. When's the last like super big recruit they got? Was it Tariq Black? Was the last remember Tariq Black was supposed to be a dog, bro, and it just never happened. But he played as a true freshman, and he's supposed to be. Oh, Michigan's finally got their Braylon Edwards again, and he had a really good freshman year, and then declined. I think sophomore year, And even after sophomore, junior year, I think he transferred to like Texas or something, didn't
I
he?
want to say Andrew Anthony had some height to him.
Yeah, Angelo Anthony did have some
After
hype
his
to him as
freshman
well.
year, but he
Yeah.
never. I think maybe he got hurt, or maybe he just never really broke out like that.
Nah,
There and then he went to Oklahoma and played solid. But
mhm.
I think he had to like see an
I
injury at
think
Oklahoma.
I think though, if done correctly and they have a good year this year, because trying to get receivers via the portal to come there, because a lot of times if people are in the portal, they're either leaving because of lack of playing time or they want an opportunity to win and go pro. So like you know what I'm saying. So if you want to go pro, that means you got to get your numbers too. So okay, that's a great comment, Phil. He said Black got hurt. That's fair. Tariq Black did get hurt. But like Phil D, can you name anybody else the last time that they got a really big marquee wide receiver?
Yeah, they haven't like. I want to say like AJ Henning
Mhm.
back in like 20 was it 18,
That
but
sounds about right.
he was a 4-star. I feel like he was just liked because he was super fast coming out of high
Mhm.
school. Because
Mhm.
my friend in high school actually ran track against him.
Mhm.
He's actually faster than AJ Henning.
Oh, for real? That's
Yeah.
dope.
He actually got second in state. His brother got first in state. His brother actually
So,
they both participated in like the Junior Olympics and all. Like they were like
I
track.
mean, because you gotta feel a way about you being a northern team, and even though you didn't beat that team down south, that you're not supposed to mention as a Ann Arbor fan, they continue to get dogs at wide receiver. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we was
and
just talking about Chris
so
Henry
Ohio State a
Jr.
rich? Is Ohio State really a rich wide receiver? Like I know as of recently,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but you could go back. Like even in the '90s, they had David Boston. You know who
Is
David
Chris
Boston
Carter?
is?
Yeah, Arizona.
Chris Carter too. Alrighty,
Yeah,
so he said Peoples Jones. So he named some of the people you named. Nico was a huge class. They just ran the ball a lot. When they do throw it, it's to the tight end a lot. That's fair, Phil. I like your insight. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome. If this is your first time seeing our show, definitely appreciate you being here. Definitely appreciate your insight.
yeah. I remember David Boston though. Arizona Cardinals,
Bro,
big
bro,
dude.
bro. Yes, David Boston was top. I remember when him and Charles Wilson was going at it. But yeah, but
Oh,
more recently,
is that the where they
yeah,
like? Oh, okay. I didn't know that was David Boston. I didn't know that was
yeah,
David Boston.
yeah. That was before. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Sorry, that
that's
man looked
before
like
Charles.
he looked like he was ready to join the Nation of Domination, bro. Charles
uh,
Wilson wasn't doing nothing with that David Boston, bro. I promise you, bro. Hey yo, bro is man. Nah, yeah.
yeah,
That's
I
you know
don't.
who reminds me of David Boston though. Seeing him, not
Who?
Arizona Cardinals, David Boston, but he's like big like David Boston. The kid Josh Cameron from Baylor.
Okay.
He looked like a running back. Like when I seen him, I had to look at his jersey again. I'm like, you're a wide receiver, bro. Like yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why Michigan wide receivers aren't really
but
as.
yeah, I think Phil nailed it though. It's like they just let him run the ball, but I don't know, bro.
They also haven't had no like. Don't get me wrong, JJ McCarthy was good, but
Mhm.
under Harbaugh, they haven't had no quarterback that can really slink it. Like that was like Shea
And,
Patterson
and
was like one
even
of his
with
best
JJ
quarterbacks.
McCarthy, I think they waited like they waited a little bit too long to let him loose because he
Mm-hmm.
showed ability as a true freshman. I think in mop up dude he could throw it. And they stuck with was it Cade McNamara?
Yeah, K McNamara.
Bro, where's he at now? I think he's still playing college ball.
He is.
I think he's at like Circuit City University or somewhere, bro. No, I'm not even playing, bro. Cade McNamara won the starting job somewhere, man. Like, and when I say the team, you're gonna laugh, bro, and I'm gonna feel bad, but not really. East Tennessee State.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, hey man, my man is the true Van Wilder of college football. Dog.
But yeah, like I mean, look at it. Like they haven't had no crazy quarterbacks under Harbaugh, really. Like Shea Patterson, one of his best quarterbacks, and he wasn't all that. Like who got John O'Corn? I think they had
I
somebody else.
remember when I thought Devin Garner was gonna be solid. Bro.
Hey, Devin Garner, I thought he was good. Now maybe
Yeah,
I was just because I was young. I was like 12 years old watching Devin Garner.
No, I like this game, but like he, like he just didn't develop. I believe so. He just didn't develop into what I thought he was. Phil got more commentary. I like this guy, Phil.
Also, number
has a
98
new
was
OC that wants to throw the ball a lot more with Underwood. They did that first game, 250 yards is more anytime in the last couple of years. Great insight. Great insight. So I'm really hoping that we can see Michigan throw the ball. They got a dynamic kid at quarterback, but you know what time it is, Jalen. Who will win this game?
No, I'm gonna say the true freshman come out and win.
What?
Yeah.
The true freshman.
Yeah.
Marches into Norman.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy into the generational talent.
You think he's generational talent?
I mean, I think he's more generational than any other quarterback we have in college football right now.
Let's define. We define generational talent in college basketball, so it's only right we define generational talent in college football. Who's been generational talent in your opinion at the collegiate level? But hear me out. It can't be no 1 year wonder. So it's not Joe Burrow.
Dang,
He wasn't. Joe Burrow wasn't generational. He couldn't even win the job at Columbus. That's how he ended up in Baton Rouge, and he's about to go somewhere else. It can't be Cam Newton, even though Cam Newton could have been in Florida. You know what I'm saying? But he had to go down to Blinn College.
Yeah.
You know, after the laptop allegations and Urban Meyer restricted what schools he can go to, it was a 1 year wonder. Who was generational? You think like the moment that they came in, they said, "I'm here." I can name probably 2 or 3 people.
Trevor Lawrence. This is going to be controversial.
That's a great answer.
Bryce Young.
He's on the cusp. You can keep him. You can keep him there. You're forgetting the best one ever.
I mean, I know you're gonna look for. See, I didn't think the guy you thinking of was generational.
Who?
I know you talk the dude that was at ACC Media Days.
No. Who was the dude at ACC Media Days?
Andrew Luck.
No, we wasn't generational in college.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about. We're talking about the moment they step foot on campus. You know they're going to change the trajectory of this campus. I'm talking about all day Adrian Peterson.
Oh, Adrian Peterson. I was NFL Adrian Peterson. I didn't get to watch Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, collegiate. Yeah, he was the first player I seen as a freshman. Like, yeah, he could go play in the NFL right now. Jeremiah Smith, I think, is another one. We just got to see how, we knew coming out of high school he was going to be good. Tim Tebow, I think, is another generational guy because I don't think people remember how good Chris Leak was. The moment Tim Tebow got on campus, all Florida fans kept saying, and I remember this, hey, we got to get this Tebow kid on the field. And that's what they did. Like, Tim Tebow played moments, and Chris Leak was a really good quarterback back then. I think Tim Tebow is generational. I agree with you with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence wowed me. And it's crazy that he's had the NFL career he's had. Because if you look at the trajectory he was on as a true freshman, he hasn't met expectations. And in my estimation, he could be almost looked at as a bust. Andrew Luck, to me, is Andrew Luck generational? The moment he stepped on Stanford campus, did you know about him? Did you know that he was going to change the trajectory of Stanford football?
I wasn't in tune.
So I didn't hear about him until after like year 2. To be honest with you, but he did change the trajectory of Stanford football. So I think after the fact we can say it, but I think we're talking about guys like the moment they step on campus. We know that Bryce Underwood is going to change the trajectory of Michigan football.
I feel like that was the thing with Bryce Young. Like he could have been a guy day one, but
they had Mac Jones. They had Mac Jones.
See, I wanted to say Tua, but
I would say Tua over Bryce.
I don't know.
Dude, do you not know how good Jalen Hurts was? Yes, he couldn't throw the ball.
I remember how good Jalen Hurts was. Yeah, I remember how good Jalen Hurts was.
Yeah. But you knew ultimately.
I watch his freshman highlights every day in the fourth hour.
Oh, you do? You do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So to me, it's not a lot. You have to cap the amount of Smith gets locked down a lot. Michigan did. He didn't do anything great against Texas both times.
It happens, to be fair. But I can see his argument. Although I will say, I feel like against Michigan, they tried to do, tried to run the ball, like they tried to go against what they really were supposed to do. But Texas really did lock him up. He is right. Like Texas locked him up on the pass.
They did. He dropped a couple passes, but when I say generational, before they arrived at campus, like. We were talking about it here at CFB Nation. Like, we knew he was taking somebody's spot. We didn't know whose spot he was taking, just the hype he had coming out of high school. And it was like the first 2 days or 3 days of camp. He had lost the stripe. What is it called? That you have as a freshman? He got the stripe removed. Like, day 2 of practice, bro. That's generational, in my opinion.
I'm trying to think of somebody, but I'm like, I can't
think of a bunch of people either, but I think they named some good ones.
Was supposed to be generational, but he
was, but he wasn't. he looked skittish in 2022, even more skittish in 2023. He started to put it together last year, and he had some skittish activity happening this past weekend. Okay. Oh, my dog, Road Dog had a great comment. He said if you were on the West Coast, you knew about Andrew Luck because of Toby Gerhart. So he's saying Andrew Luck. My dog, somebody in the Road Dog, we're live on YouTube and both Twitters as well, and they're saying Andrew Luck as well. So I'm gonna go with you all. My dog, Road Dog, shout out to Road Dog. He always show a lot of love. He said if you were on the West Coast, Jimmy, that's listen. Stay with us. Stay with us. We said don't say Jimmy Clausen. Hey, people left immediately after you said that, bro. That's why I said stay with us. He was supposed to be generational. RG3
I did a video about it. I didn't know how much hype he was really getting.
Dude, his hype was real. Because you knew about his older brothers, the Clausen brothers. They were showing him on TV when he's like 13 or 14. And this is in like 2005, brother. You know what I'm saying? 2004. You knew who Jimmy Clausen was. And this is the era of, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think generational football looks a little bit different than generational basketball.
You that generational?
Who?
I mean, I know when he performed, he was probably because he was defensive lineman getting Heisman votes. Like,
Patrick Surtain from day one.
See, I wasn't in tune with Patrick Surtain, so I can't agree, but I can't disagree either.
Yeah, you can't. You can look at the outcome, and you certainly can't disagree.
Yeah, but I did like Patrick Surtain in college. Like same thing with Mika. I was a big Mika fan in college.
Mika was cold. Speaking of which, you gave your prediction for the game. If this game was in Ann Arbor, I would take Michigan. With it being in Norman, give me Oklahoma. But I think Bryce Underwood does perform. Alrighty. Arch Manning. Hey, that's comment of the day, dog. And shout out to everybody commenting, bro. We truly do appreciate the interaction. Speaking of which, we're gonna have one candid conversation. You gotta get out of here, Jalen.
No, I don't gotta get out of here. But I hope you remember the conversation.
Yeah, we got two conversations to end it with. So let's go to yours first, and then I want to talk about Alabama before we get out of here and your thoughts on that program.
I seen some people on Twitter talk about how Tennessee doesn't prepare players to go to the NFL. And honestly, I had some pushback because I'm like, what they turn out to be in the NFL doesn't, like, I don't think college has much to do with it after you get drafted.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So who was this in regards to?
I don't know. Somebody made a comment and it kind of went viral. Somebody made a comment, it kind of went viral. And then around Saturday, it started getting more traction. I saw a tweet about it. And I was like, I was like,
what, you remember what it said, or can you paraphrase what it said?
I can't, but it basically said, but it basically said, it was basically implying that Tennessee, if you're in Tennessee's offense, it doesn't, get you NFL ready or whatever.
Okay. Why is it supposed to get you NFL ready? Like, in my opinion, that's not your job at the collegiate level. Your job at the collegiate level is to secure your job. What happens at the future level? It's not a pro style offense, and it's nowhere near a pro style offense. The wide splits, the nature of it is just 100% different. It's based on a number scheme to, if you are crowding the box, we're going to throw the ball out wide, and it's going to be a short pass, and we're going to get a bunch of yards out of it. They want to spread you out. And the same thing, if the numbers in the box say run, you're going to run the ball. But why is it Josh Heupel's job to get people pro ready? Why is that his job? Now, if that's one of the things coming out of high school, hey, I would like to come here, play with a story, program, and then go to the, next level. That's cool. But up until the time, hey, we all have a job here. As a coach, it's my job to win games, keep the boosters happy, keep the donor happy, keep the fans happy. And my boss is happy. That's my job as a head coach. So why is it my job to get you pro ready? If teams are looking at you and people deem that you're going to, have a lot of success at the pro level, yes, I will make sure I get you in situations where you can make plays for yourself. But why is it their job to get you pro ready? What happened to development at the NFL level? Like, think about it, Jalen. Like, you still there? Jalen?
Yeah, I'm still there. Yeah. I'm kind of just looking for the.
You're trying to find a tweet. So the greatest example I can have of development. You remember Roy Hibbert in basketball? Do you know how awful he was at Georgetown? I
Yeah,
don't I don't know if
he even said himself that he wasn't good.
I don't know if I told you this, but we used to go to, for years. We went to like a multitude of Georgetown games a year. My mom would get a suite, would have a bunch of food, and we go and watch Georgetown basketball. From year 1 to year 4 in Georgetown, he made such a great development, and that continued through the NBA. Like, how am I supposed to get you ready for? I don't even know what system you playing in. Even under Sadum, everyone said if you want to be a great pro, go to Bama. But so many players, it didn't pan out. Yeah, people are dodging Hooker on the lines. Hey, yo, chat's on one today. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if you want to be prepared, I like what Matthew just said. If you want to be prepared, go to a pro system, go play in pro systems. But if you go to Tennessee, you know that Tennessee don't run a pro system offensively. They run a veer and shoot system that is really the Art Brown system that you're not going to see at the NFL level. You're not. It is what it is. So
Yeah,
to me, it's if going pro is and pro development is what you want to do, go play for teams who run pro style offenses and defenses. I
yeah.
think
I'm like, what you doing with college is cool, but like when you get to the NFL after you get drafted, it's kind of up to what you and the NFL team does, whether you will have success or not.
Yeah,
Um,
some of it, a little bit of it is luck, but a lot of it is the work that you put in, and making sure you're annoying to these coaches in a way that you're always asking questions to try to figure out how you best fit in the system. Everybody's not going to be elite at the NFL level. This is the top 1% we're talking about. All righty, so we got one last segment. Truly appreciate everybody in here. We're live every Thursday for College Football Showdown at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. Governor of College Football. I am live 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, and that's over on Governor of College Football, YouTube, and CFB Nation Twitter, and my Twitter as well. That's at _KT. And Jalen, he uploads weekly. I think he has the best storytelling college football content out there, so make sure you guys check him out. That's just Jalen. So let's talk about Alabama a bit. If there was like the Baylor and Auburn game really pissed me off because Baylor's offense was, Sawyer Robinson was out there. He was dealing, bro. But that Alabama Florida State game really pissed me off, Jalen, for a multitude of reasons.
why so?
Well, sometimes it's not that you lose, it's the way you lose. Like when I looked at that game, the ACC team looked like Bama, the SEC team looked like Florida State. They lost the war of attrition on the line of scrimmage. You saw the play yet where players were like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like half effort.
Someone play that went viral.
Yeah. Hustle is free, bro. Effort is free. And you out here, you that A on your jersey should mean something. And you out here putting out this effort. And I retweeted and said, this is allowed behavior. This is disgusting. Like you can't have players out here doing that. And then I don't know. Why does every time we hear when a game like this happens, the first thing we go to, oh, his buyout is $63 million. It's like they got the money. They got the money ready already, bro. His buyout is $63 million. We know the resources are plentiful. I even seen a graphic this is what I mainly want to talk to you about before we get out of here. Like I said, shout out to everybody in the comment section. We truly do appreciate your comments. I think D now sent this. Alabama head coach. The odds to be the next head coach. We got Tommy Reese plus 300, Glenn Schumann plus 400, Lane Kiffin plus 500, Kenny Dillahan plus 700, Deion Sanders plus 8, Jamarcus Shepard plus 1,000, Sean Dion Hamilton plus 1,000, Jimbo Fisher plus 12, D'Amico Ryans plus 14, John Gruden plus 14, Matt Campbell plus 18, John Summerall plus 2,200, and I think they missed one. Yeah, number 18 was running to go get a pretzel. Absolutely, Phil. He was running to go get a pretzel. I love that. I think they missed a guy in Dabo. Dabo did play ball. Now, I know the boosters there and the donors there wouldn't be happy with his, inability to utilize the portal. And I get why he doesn't want to do it. He likes to grow his players. He likes to develop. But who's a guy you think that could replace Kalen DeBoer if this thing don't work out?
I don't know. I seen some people like, oh, D'Amico Ryan not leaving the NFL.
He's a Bama guy, but yeah, I don't think he's leaving the NFL either. He's going to make it his job.
You have to find a guy that fits the SEC mold, I feel like.
How do you think Kiffin would fare there? Do you think Dan Lannon will leave the plentiful resources out Eugene to go there.
He
I don't think he
could.
will. He would have left the first time if he could. I mean, if he wanted to.
Lane
You think
Kiffin, maybe.
you think Kirby will leave Athens?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because he played at Georgia. He did coach with Bama, but yeah, I don't think he'll leave Athens either. So who you going to get right now that's a better coach than Kalen DeBoer? Because I know a lot of people just aren't familiar with Kalen DeBoer's history, and he's pretty much won everywhere he was at.
I mean, you won't know until you know, I
out.
guess. But
Yeah. So, I mean, they got a crazy week 5 matchup. Their schedule's going to get tough. I think they play Georgia week 5. So, what are your thoughts about Bama? You think they can rebound from this, or they cooked?
They can. I don't want to say they could. It's only week 1, but some concerns where you just like, oh, okay. Like this could be ugly for the whole season, or this could be fixed after week 1.
I agree with you, man. Appreciate your time today, Jalen. I know we went way over, bro. We went like
you good.
Hour 20 minutes over, man. Enjoy your wedding on Saturday, bro.
Not my wedding, by the way.
I enjoy the wedding you were attending. Real friends don't ask friends to go to fall weddings.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with fall weddings, y'all. Just just go. It's an enjoyment.
Yeah, have them in the summer. I went to 2 in the summer. I'm not going to any in the fall. Bro, my parents can renew their files this fall. I'm not going. I'm not missing college football, bro. And so I always like to say there are no more victories in the sport that survive in the fast. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Until next time, we'll see you all next Thursday. And don't be afraid to comment with us. Shout out to Phil. Shout out to Matthew. Shout out to Alexander Lamb. Shout out to everybody who commented today. Shout out to my dog, Road Dog. Shout out to him and Top Dog, what they doing over there. I truly do appreciate it. You all take care.